Hello everyone, we are excited to share Momentum, our capstone project on supporting first-time mothers in caring for their newborns. Imagine being responsible for a newborn who can't speak or explain what's wrong. For first-time mothers, every cry, rash, or fever feels like a million questions with no clear answer. With your newborn fully dependent on you as the primary caregiver, each decision feels critical. As an all-woman team from large families inspired by the strong mothers in our lives, we have heard exactly this, about the challenges of caring for their firstborn. So we explored this area through our contextual inquiry, which involved rounds of stakeholder interviews, environmental scans, and literature searches. First-time mothers have to adjust to their new role with evolving demands and challenges, having to make decisions to the best of their ability. And qualitative studies do show that confidence in care decision-making for new mothers depends on personal experience, support, and perceptions, which first-time mothers are only just starting to build. This is especially intense during those first 3 months or the 4-trimester period where critical emotional, physical, and cognitive development occur for both baby and mom. Currently, when feeling uncertain, many mothers report turning to social media, friends, and ultimately to unscheduled care appointments in the emergency department, especially with limited access to primary care or midwifery support. While some visits may be warranted as a serious medical condition, many perceived symptoms can be managed at home and considered non-emergent. So upon consultations with stakeholders, many clinicians express concerns as visiting the ED comes with risks, since infants are not fully vaccinated until the first 2 to 3 months of life. A mother's first caregiving experience is also pivotal. It shapes long-term parenting patterns, maternal satisfaction, and even her developing identity. And when mothers don't know who to trust, their confidence can be undermined, affecting mother-infant interactions and increasing distress. Therefore, there is a need to help new mothers be more confident in their care decision-making surrounding a perceived uncertain neonatal symptom. However, there are various problems that may affect a mother's confidence and decision-making. So, to apply a human-centered approach through co-design, we want to identify stressors that influence the care decision of first-time mothers and figure out how we may improve their confidence together.
Now that we understand the need, our primary objective is to understand the types of stressors first-time mothers face during the first 90 days postpartum, especially when their newborn shows new or unfamiliar symptoms. We want to explore how these stressors shape unplanned decision-making, in addition to influencing when and how mothers seek care. Our secondary objectives focus on identifying which stressors have the greatest impact on a mother's emotional well-being, confidence, and certainty in interpreting symptoms. We aim to map the key contributors to postpartum uncertainty so that interventional supports can be tailored to first-time caregivers' real needs. Our desired state is to help first-time mothers feel more confident and supported in interpreting and responding to their infant's symptoms. In the short term, we aim to improve awareness of available care supports and increase certainty in decision-making. Long term, we hope to strengthen overall maternal confidence, belonging, and alignment with the SICKIDS supports. To achieve these outcomes, we will identify the most modifiable needs reported by mothers, co-design an intervention grounded in their lived experience, and develop a logic model to guide and test that intervention. Together, these milestones help us build a support model that is responsive, evidence-informed, and created with mothers, not just for them.
We have followed the Toronto translational framework from the outset of our capstone project. Over the summer translational thinking module, we focused on discovery work, conducting contextual inquiry through SICKIDS ED observations, reviewing relevant literature, and interviewing key stakeholders including physicians, midwives, qualitative experts, and mothers. We then progressed to the define phase, where we developed our need statement, problem statement, and research question. We are now in the frame phase. We have completed our study protocol and are making final revisions before submitting to the REB. Upon REB approval, we will then conduct a needs assessment through focus groups. Our study focuses on recruiting first-time mothers who visited the SICKIDS ED within 90 days postpartum and are within 1 year postpartum of participation. We are using a 2-phase qualitative design. For phase 1, we will conduct approximately 3 focus groups, 4 to 6 participants each, to identify, prioritize, and validate stressors experienced by first-time mothers. Using the same groups, we will then run a design workshop to collaboratively brainstorm and co-design a prototype intervention. For Phase 2, a new group of mothers will participate in prototype testing, where we will gather feedback to assess the prototype. To ensure that we are capturing diverse perspectives, we will collect demographic information about both the mother and the neonate. This includes birthplace and cultural or ethnic background. We will also collect total family income and whether they are experiencing difficulty meeting basic needs. All demographic questions align with the existing Sick Kids Health Equity Data Initiative survey, which patients may voluntarily complete during their clinical visit. Our ideate phase will occur through the co-design process, and the translate phase will be addressed through prototype development and testing. Looking ahead, we hope the implement phase can be explored in future work, potentially through developing a logic model for implementation or conducting a pilot intervention.
So the current status of our project is that we are going through the Sick Kids REB process, which is a 4-step process consisting of sprint 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we are currently on sprint 1, which is the internal services approvals. So now to meet our team, we're going to begin with our pack, and so the 3 perspectives we wanted to incorporate within our project was a clinician perspective, patient engagement expert, and a qualitative research expert. And then in terms of the rest of the team, we have ourselves, our TRP supervisors, Dr. Gabrielle Frere, who is our PI at Sick Kids, and Farouz Kareem, who is our support and who is walking us through the Sick Kids REB process. So now to go into the summary of our project and our next steps. Our overarching goal is to help new mothers be more confident in their care decision-making surrounding a perceived uncertain neonatal symptoms. Our study population is first-time mothers. Our study design will include Phase 1 and Phase 2, with Phase 1 being focus groups and then a co-design workshop, and Phase 2 being efficacy testing of a prototype. Current status is we're in the process of REB submissions, going through our documents and finalizing them, and our next steps will be in January. We would like to complete our REB submission. If you would like to stay connected on updates in our project, please scan the QR code and you'll be taken to our LinkedIn page.